This time Rahul Gandhi claims over 6,000 votes were deleted in Alan, Karnataka by the Election Commission to help the BJP candidate defeat, according to him, the Congress candidate. Now Rahul accused the Election Commission of software manipulations. So viewers, this is not just now about deletions, but about software manipulations, odd hour deletions, even targeting booths strong for the Congress. Viewers, that takes some doing, no doubt. But this is what he said, and let me just break it down for you. These are his charges. This is what he said today. Number one, minorities, OBCs, SC, STs targeted by Election Commission tried to delete 6,018 votes in Aland constituency in Karnataka. Election booths where Congress was leading were targeted. Mobile numbers outside Karnataka used to delete votes. Top 10 booths with maximum deletions were Congress booths. He also went on to say that the Karnataka CID sent 18 letters to the Election Commission. Yes, 18 letters to the Election Commission in 18 months, but got no response. So a letter a month, viewers. He said 6850 fake additions were made in Rajpura Assembly seat in Maharashtra, just like, viewers, last time. Vote deletion attempts by centralized call centers, as if you could just pick up a phone and you could basically infiltrate and delete a vote, viewers. Moments after his latest PPT presentation, the EC fact-checked Rahul Gandhi. It said, and I quote once again, allegations by Rahul Gandhi are incorrect and baseless. No vote can be deleted online by any member of the public. They challenged Rahul Gandhi and his team to demonstrate that. Affected persons are heard before deletion can even occur. Had 6,000 votes been deleted, Congress candidate would have lost. FIR filed by ECI over vote deletion attempts in Aland. So they're saying that we ourselves filed an FIR or two. Aland Assembly won by BJP's Subhat Gudedar in 2018. And then, viewers, when the EC was supposed to be abetting the BJP's cause, it's the Congress that won, B.R. Patel, in 2023. In fact, even if you look at the Lok Sabha numbers in 2025, in this particular constituency, assembly constituency segment in Aland, it was the Congress that got more votes. What's more revealing, Rahul himself said he isn't here to save democracy. That's not his job, he declared. If preserving democracy isn't his mission, then what is? Power, headlines, fear of losing relevance? Listen in, viewers.
नॉर्मल सिचुएशन में मेरा काम ऑपोजिशन का रोल है, सरकार पे प्रेशर डालने का रोल है. मेरा काम हिंदुस्तान के लोकतंत्र को बचाने का नहीं है. मैं वो काम कर रहा हूं, इस स्टेज पे मैं वो काम कर रहा हूं. मेरी सोच है कि एज अ पेट्रियोटिक इंडियन, एज समबडी हु लव्स इंडिया, हु लव्स द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, इट इज माय ड्यूटी टू पुट द ट्रूथ इन फ्रंट ऑफ द पीपल ऑफ इंडिया.
Viewers, interestingly, during Rahul's PPT presentation, he claimed that 6,000 votes were deleted in Anand. But then, in the afternoon, he contradicted himself by posting on X that, quote, had these votes been deleted, unquote. Had these votes been deleted. So he goes from saying votes were deleted, and then he goes on to say, had these not been caught and 6,018 votes had not been deleted, our candidate would have lost the election. Straight contradiction. The fact is that those votes weren't deleted and the BJP lost the Aland seat where they have been winning for over 2 decades. It doesn't make sense. It's just not adding up. Viewers, this is the number, and I'll just tell you, B.R. Patil, Congress got votes about 89,508 votes. Subhash Guttedar of the BJP got 79,000 odd. The margin was 10,348. So viewers, there was no point in even deleting 6,000 because the margin was far exceeding of victory of the Congress, even the attempt at deleting. So why would anyone want to delete votes to basically have no consequence? It's like taking, chits into the exam hall for questions that are not in the exam paper. So viewers, it just doesn't make sense. Again, in Rajura Assembly polls 2024 in Maharashtra, the BJP got about 72,000. The Congress got 69,000. The margin was only 3,000 votes. So viewers, the addition of those so-called votes, 6,850 didn't really add up much, did they? I mean, the margin is only 3,000. But here's the sharpest irony. Just days ago, Karnataka High Court annulled the election of a Congress MLA, K.Y. Nanjegowda from Mallur, for irregularities in vote counting, ordering a recount. That happens while Rahul is alleging vote theft by others. So the man who says, "Not my job to save democracy," now demands radical proof of its betrayal, even as his own party suffers from the very failures he blames on others. This leads us to pose some basic questions. How is it that in the morning you claim that the votes were deleted, but in the afternoon you say, had the votes been deleted, Congress would have lost? If saving democracy isn't your job, why lead a campaign around vote chori? And how does your message stay credible when your own party's MLA's election was annulled on similar grounds? Will you call for internal accountability in your own party first before pointing fingers outwards and at others? Why not file an affidavit bearing your name in the Supreme Court if you distrust the Election Commission so thoroughly? Viewers, let's open this up, because these are some fundamental questions that anyone would ask, and I want to begin with Ashwini Kumar, who is the Congress leader. We're also going to be joined by Vivek Srivastava, there is Ishkaran Bhandari, and of course there is Tushar Gupta. All of them need no introduction. Let me first begin with you, sir. Mishra ji, it's a fundamental question to you. Vivek Srivastava also here with us. Mr. Mishra, it's a fundamental question. You have made all these allegations, but how does your message stay credible when the Karnataka High Court, the High Court of the state, in which you are making not one but two PPT presentations, alleging that the Election Commission is manipulating the vote rolls willy-nilly, in that same state, your MLA is accused of vote manipulation on counting day? So who is doing vote chori, and why should we believe you when the courts, in the only matter that has hit the courts really by the affected parties, viewers, has gone against the Congress party? So Mr. Mishra, explain to me.
Rahul, I was listening to your monologue before debate started, and I think you have a bit of selective amnesia, because I don't think you have gone through the entire presentation of Shri Rahul Gandhi ji. He spoke about that these votes were deleted and then it was caught. Obviously, once you catch something, you will correct it, right? Course correction was done. And that is what he explained about the deletion. And he also said that this might not be the only deletion which has happened. There could be other cases as well which were not caught. This was caught, and that's why it is highlighted. Having said that, you tell me this: if number of votes are deleted, is that not a criminal case, and should Election Commission not be inquiring about it? When the CID want to inquire about that, they are not even giving the enough details. The CEO of Karnataka has written multiple times, as late as in March 2025, and even their CID has written as soon as 9 September, around a week back, asking those details, but Election Commission is not giving those details. So do you not think it is a serious issue where people from any location can delete the votes of people? If you think that's not a serious issue, I don't have to say anything about it. Now, coming back to the other question you asked about this MLA's cancellation, or basically who's responsible for counting the votes? Is it the MLA who's responsible for counting the vote? How can MLA
Sir, why don't you argue that point before the High Court? It's gone into the merits of the matter and it is pronounced a judgment. ये राहुल शिवशंकर की जजमेंट नहीं है, ये मोदी जी की जजमेंट नहीं है, ये बीजेपी की स्टेट प्रेसिडेंट की जजमेंट नहीं है, ये बीजेपी के प्रेसिडेंट की जजमेंट नहीं है, ये होम मिनिस्टर की जजमेंट नहीं है, ये कोर्ट्स की जजमेंट है. सर, आप उनसे जरूर जाके सुप्रीम कोर्ट में अर्जी लगा के पूछ लीजिए. But one second, I just want to make one small point. You said I suffer from selective amnesia. Now, viewers, let me give you the facts. I don't suffer from selective amnesia. Now, let me tell you, this is the facts that have been put out according to the Election Commission, and they have not been contested. So, in Aland, where Rahul Gandhi said 6,018 votes were deleted, viewers, the ECI said, yes, we received these 6,018 applications in Form 7, which was submitted online using various apps during December 2022. Suspecting the genuineness of such a large number of applications submitted online for deletion of electors' names in 46 Aland LAC in Karnataka, verification of each application was conducted by ERO, AERO and BLOs. Who are BLOs, viewers? They are party representatives. Okay. And guess what, viewers? Only 24 applications were found to be genuine, and other 5,994 were found to be incorrect. So the Election Commission actually did its job. It went through each of these 6,018 applications for vote deletions, viewers. It looked at them and found that only 24 deletions were actually genuine. The other 5,994 were found to be incorrect. Accordingly, 24 applications were accepted and 5,994 incorrect applications were rejected and not deleted. They were not deleted, viewers. So Rahul Gandhi says 6,018 were deleted. And please go and check, it's all available. Then, viewers, an inquiry was made. By whom? Again, the BLOs, EROs. They lodged an FIR with Inspector of Police, Aland Police Station, Kalburgi District, Aland Police Station, dated 21/2/2023. And viewers, all the information that Rahul Gandhi is demanding should be made public was shared with the police of Karnataka. What is the Karnataka police doing with all this information? Okay. If the information was not made available, why haven't they gone to court? Who controls today, viewers, the state of Karnataka? The Congress party. How many years has it been in charge now? 2 years. What have they done? So the police there, viewers, that goes around chasing journalists like me and can come all the way to Delhi to arrest journalists like me, are doing nothing when the EC is not supplying the so-called data that is required for them to conduct an investigation which would be free and fair. Viewers, why? Why wouldn't they be doing that? Are they obligated in some ways to the Election Commission? Anyhow, let me not make too much of this about myself and my views. Let me bring in Tushar Gupta. Tushar Gupta, some charges have been made by Rahul Gandhi. Ashwini Mishra has come out and echoed them. He has said that you have not told people the real facts. I've given the facts. I don't know, you might have more. Could you please?
All right, Rahul. Look, we need to understand one thing, that in India, in any state election, the draft rolls are published as a pre-election exercise, that is before the election. In the case of Karnataka, 2023 assembly elections, the draft roll came out on November 9th, 2022. The last date for the rolls to be updated was also the last date of the nomination being filed, which was in April 2023. So in these days, around 6 months were available with all the parties, all the BLAs to go through the electoral rolls. Now, Rahul Gandhi says these are a lot of electoral rolls. There are 5 crore electors. How do we go through? No. These are assigned to specific booths. Every party has a booth level agent. And on average, a booth has 900,000 electors and 600 to 700 voters. Now, what Rahul Gandhi claimed in the morning was that they might have been deleted or they were attempt to delete these voters and they were caught because the discrepancy was so obvious it could not be missed, and therefore the 6,000 electors who actually go with the Congress, they were caught. Now, if you look at Rahul Gandhi's logic, he's actually disproving what he said in his previous presser. Today, he's saying that a discrepancy like this has to be caught. It cannot be sort of missed by everyone. But in the previous presser, he was saying, Maharashtra mein to 40 lakh elector add ho gaye, election commission scam kar raha hai Congress ke khilaf. So you tell me, Rahul, if a large number of electors cannot be deleted at will, how can a large number of electors also be added at will, given the fact the booth level agents have 6 months to scrutinize the electoral rolls from the draft roll publication to the final roll published and the cutting off date of the date of nomination filing.
So, Vivek ji, simple question, and Ishkan Bhandari is also here.
Yeah.
Vivek ji, very simple question to you. Okay, there are massive problems. Okay, the Election Commission is not supplying documents. What would you do if, for example, the police was not cooperating? If you were a lawyer and the police was not cooperating, or somebody else was not cooperating by giving you the charge sheet, what would you do? You would go to court and you would demand your rights? Would you not? Yes or no? So why can't Rahul Gandhi? No. So let me listen. I'm just framing my question. You can answer me. Why doesn't Rahul Gandhi, on his own name, file an affidavit in the Supreme Court, as the Election Commission is urging him to do, and let the matter be decided? Number one. Number two, no one is answering me the basic question here. The High Court has found the Congress party's own MLA of corruption. How can Rahul Gandhi now look at others and say you are vote chores when your own MLA has been, my dear friend, his election has been annulled?
Yes.
Ye
Another
kaisi,
one round.
ye kaisa, what kind of contradiction is this?
Let's start. Let's start on this
Yeah,
now.
let's start.
Number one, we are doing what we should. Vote chor, gaddi chhod. And that is going to continue. You can try and change the narrative. Let me speak now for 30 seconds.
I'm not open
You
my
can work
mouth.
hard. Yeah. You can work hard. Mr. Tushar can work hard. The BJP can work hard. The Prime Minister can work hard. The narrative ko dilute karo to thoda sa. I mean, of so many states, the discussions and debates have to happen on Karnataka, Himachal, one MLA, one cancellation, because you are actually trying to dilute out the whole bigger issue that he is a vote chore or gaddi to chhodni padegi. Now let's come to Karnataka. Can you quote from the judgment of the High Court that this present MLA who was elected is guilty of malignant intentions and malfunctioning? Can you read out some statements of the judgment? Or is it because of the inefficiency of the Election Commission in managing the election of this constituency? What is the ruling of the High Court? Can you read out from that? This is what I want to know.
Sir, should I read it out to you? I'll read it out to you. Give me 30 seconds. We'll just pull out the graphics which went. No, 1 second. 1 second. No, 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second, sir. On Tuesday, we did this story. Let's just pull out those graphics of what the High Court said. And it talks specifically about vote manipulation by this candidate. That's why his election has been annulled, viewers.
How is it possible? It's not possible because vote manipulations can happen.
It is on your
only
screens.
by the Election Commission.
Congress MLA has time to appeal even to the Supreme Court.
And your intentions are wrong.
Sir, you can shout over me. You can shout over me. No, 1 second, sir. You can shout over me. You can contradict whatever I have to say. But please be factual. Here it is. Karnataka High Court sets aside the election of, 1 second, Congress legislator K.Y. Nanjegowda. You can see the graphic. I've put it out there. Why? Recount of votes polled in Malur seat in 2023 Karnataka state elections. Why? Who lost to has... So the person who lost, the BJP's K.S. Gowda, he moved the High Court alleging irregularities. And then what happens? High Court rules in favor of recount and declared Nanjegowda's election invalid. High Court put order on hold for 30 days to allow the Congress MLA to move the Supreme Court.
Exposed, sir. You have exposed yourself.
How am I exposed myself?
Yeah. Sir, आप जो है ना यहाँ पे मैनिपुलेशन मत करिए, आपके ऊपर लीगल एक्शन हो जाएगा. वो एमएलए के ऊपर कोई गलती कोर्ट ने नहीं बताई है कि उसने चोरी करी है. तो इलेक्शन कमीशन की गलती है. कांग्रेस का एमएलए निर्दोष है.
So why would his election be set aside? No, hang on. Why would it be annulled? And why has he been? No, don't shout. I'll just 1 second. 1 second, sir. Look, don't shout. There's no trial by anybody.
आप दिखाइए ना सर, एमएलए गिल्टी है, कोर्ट ने बोला है, कहां लिखा है? झूठ क्यों बोल रहे हैं आप लोग? MLA is not guilty. It is election commission miscalculations.
Okay, viewers, we have a situation where a gentleman is now going to start shouting about issues. No, 1 second, and making all sorts of allegations.
Yes.
Okay, now viewers, here it is. And this is very, very important. This is something that we need to learn and understand. So there were people who were materially affected. Election petition was filed by K.S. Manjunath Gowda, the defeated BJP candidate in 2023, had pointed out several issues that, according to him, materially affected the result of the election. He stated the returning officer had violated Rule 66A of the Conduct of Election Rules and procedures prescribed in the handbook for the returning officer while obtaining signatures from his counting agents on form number 17C. Counting agents, viewers, of whom? The Congress party.
No, not
It was
only the
also
Congress.
alleged that there was manipulation and overwriting in form number 17C. Who submits those, viewers? The Congress parties. The Congress party's election agents submit form 17C. This is a fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Now-
are just trying to cook up.
I'm not, sir. These are the facts. This is what is it. Okay. Now, viewers, we are not going to, I'm just going to bring in Ishkan Bhandari on this point. He's a lawyer. Ishkan Bhandari, who submits this form number 17C?
Tell me, is the
One
MLA
second.
of the Congress party guilty? Give me a yes or a no.
Yes, he is. That's why he's been told to step aside. His election has been annulled for that reason. Otherwise, you would have had the election commission's officers be. Okay. Viewers, let me also tell you that the High Court has given 1 month to this Congress MLA to go up in appeal. Anyhow, Ishkan Bhandari.
Rahul, 2 short points. Making complaints without any proof, starting from Chaukidar Chor hai to vote chori. Neither could that be proved. It went through all judicial processes, nor is this being able to be proved. And that is the problem. Now let me come to the second aspect of certain aspects which Vivek raised here, which are what is guilty, what is not guilty. Frankly, I have not read the judgment. But if the returning officer has done some irregularity and Congress benefits by it, then is it not a case for BJP to say that the election commission or that officer there was acting on behest of Congress because Congress won? What sort of a logic is there? If a returning officer benefits Congress, how is it BJP controlling the returning officer?
There you go.
flip the logic on its head. But let me come to the material dispute of Rahul Gandhi, because that is very important here. So what the problem is, we have a procedure in this country, we have laws in this country. If any officer or any member of the election commission you feel is deliberately deleting voters from the voter list, that would be a serious crime. The second aspect is nobody can be deleted in this manner. There is natural justice. If your name occurs anywhere in any government record in this country, be it a ration card, be it a land record, be it election information, there is a process which has to be followed. If you don't follow that process, it is invalid. And every officer knows that. That is the basic principle of natural justice or de alteram partem. Basic things in civics you would know. So that cannot A, be done. B, the curious point is any example they come, somehow they are the beneficiaries of that example. Supposedly a deletion was being carried out. It was not done. What happens? A complaint is registered, an FIR is registered. When BJP is in power. If BJP is doing some manipulation, is BJP registering an FIR on itself? Of course not. That cannot be their case. See the date on when the FIR was registered. See who was in power. So what are you talking about? Now, let's come to the third part. How is the CID investigating it? There are enough people from Congress who have come out with this letter or that letter. How are they getting these letters? Investigation is a confidential process. If there is some crime, how are people getting these letters? That is why it has become an entirely political process in which you started by saying EVMs can be hacked, can be manipulated. That agenda ran for 3-4 years. You could not prove it. It flopped miserably. So you started the next agenda that now voter list is being hacked, voter list is being manipulated. The reality is there are multiple courts. BJP, when it was in opposition, and other civic-minded people went to court and proved things. Why can't you go to any court of law and prove anything? Because there is no proof. The strategy is only the strategy is only this: make allegations so that you bring the entire
Shoot and scoot. Now, hang on. Let's just extend. Vivek ji, आपसे मैं पूछना चाह रहा हूँ. Let's extend his logic. Vivek Srivastava, I have to ask you a question. Rahul Gandhi says that the election commission is in cahoots with the BJP, right? That's what he says. Yes. Yes. Okay. You agree? Yes. Till there you are on with me? Okay. Okay. Now viewers. Okay. Viewers, now, in this particular seat that I talked about, the Malur Assembly seat, in which the High Court has made a ruling. What was the charge by the BJP's candidate? That he was cheated because of collusion between EC and the and the candidate, the Congress candidate. Right? You're on with that, Vivek ji?
No, बोलिए. I'm listening to you.
No,
speak
you
and
agree
I-
with that? You agree with that point? You agree with
I
it?
will agree or disagree. You give me your
No,
own
you
logic
tell me,
and
do
I-
you agree this far?
No. You can't make it. Break
I'm
it into
asking you,
bits
sir,
and
do you
pieces.
agree
That
this
is
far?
also
Okay.
proven.
So,
No, I
viewers,
don't.
what does the BJP candidate do? He has a grievance against the EC, he has a grievance against his opposing candidate who won by some 300 odd votes. He moves the court. And viewers, whether it's the EC that is guilty or it's the Congress candidate that's guilty, or if both of them are guilty, who's come out with a pronouncement? It's the court. Same thing, Rahul Gandhi says and accuses the EC of being in cahoots with the BJP. Why doesn't he go under his own name, file an affidavit, submit all the proof that he has got this 100% proof, this hydrogen bomb and whatever else he calls it, and prove his case? There are hundreds of great lawyers in the Congress party, from Manish Tiwari to Singhvi ji to God knows who else. There are hundreds of them, and all of them are exceptionally good. They'll fight their case. If they don't have someone in-house, they can get Mr. Sibbal, who has just left them. So I don't understand what the issue is. Go to the court.
Yes. So, I mean, first of all, the first thing is that Mr. Rahul Shankar agrees that Election Commission is not above, the suspicion of being corrupt.
Sir, I am
It
not
is
here
corrupt.
as a spokesperson
It can be
for the Election
manipulated.
Commission. I am not here as a spokesperson for the Congress or the BJP or the Election Commission or the CPIM. Please understand that. I'm only presenting facts to you. You tell me, I'm asking you a question. If there is a problem of this grave nature and Rahul Gandhi feels that this particular entire democracy of ours is suffering, though he is not responsible to hold it up, even though he is an LOP, okay, let's give him that also. Why doesn't he go to the Supreme Court or to the High Court?
So first of all, you have agreed that there is a problem. You have agreed that the Election Commission.
Bhai, in this
cannot
particular case, there was a problem, wasn't there?
There is a problem. तो problem तो है, ये तो मान रहे हैं ना आप?
Bhai,
कि Election Commission
I mean,
corrupt
those are
है,
the facts.
ये तो मान रहे हैं ना?
Those are the facts.
ये तो मान रहे हैं ना?
Can you-
कम से
Those
कम
are the
ask a
facts.
question? Can I ask a question, please?
So the Election Commission is corrupt.
So go to the Supreme Court, my dear friend.
Can I ask a question?
Oh my God, yes.
The Election Commission is corrupt.
Vivek,
Number one.
Vivek,
Number two.
Vivek, just
No,
a
no,
simple
let me
question
talk
to you.
अब ये नहीं
Vivek,
भाई, अब
just-
मेरी बात सुना हुआ।
Vivek,
One
just a
second, one
simple
second, one
question.
second. There
10
is, no, no,
seconds,
hang on,
now,
hang on.
then
Let
I'll
me
do
just
that.
ask this question. One second, there's this
One
question.
question.
Okay, Election Commission, the whole corruption commission is corrupt because there is one person in one constituency that has taken, I don't know, some sort of favor from the candidate. Yes, viewers, by that nature, the entire Congress party should be called corrupt. Because there are so many of its leaders that have corruption cases. Is the entire Congress party corrupt?
In this particular High Court
I mean,
judgment,
what nonsense is this? Yes.
Vivek, just 10 seconds, a question to you. Vivek, can you answer
Let him
this
speak.
question?
Let him speak. Mr. Srivastava, finish your point.
Firstly, to the latter point, there is no institution in the world.
Let him finish. One second. Ishkaran, 1 second. Just let him finish. Yes. Yeah,
You
go ahead.
spoke about corruption, I'm showing
Number
some
one,
photographs.
number one, in this particular judgment, till date, no corruption charges against the Congress or the BJP or anybody else.
Mr.
has been
Mr.
proven by
Mr.
the court.
Srivastava, if there is an issue which is so grave that is elemental to the existence of our democracy, why doesn't the Congress's tall leader, Rahul Gandhi, go to the Supreme Court? Can you answer this question?
We will not file any affidavit and we will not go to the court.
There you
and
go,
we will
viewers.
not go to
Yes,
the court
Ishkan Bhandari.
You are
because-
going to
because-
Janata
And
Ki
Tushar
Adalat. What
Gupta.
bigger
Yeah.
is what is bigger than
Two
Janata
simple
Ki
points.
Adalat?
Once again, it's a question. It's two simple points. Firstly, a particular BJP candidate lost. What did he do? He followed the law of the land. He went to the court. He got relief from the court. So that is the strategy anybody who believes Election Commission is not doing a job fairly can do, but you don't want to do. The second aspect, because Vivek was very fiery that what happened in the High Court, frankly, as I said, I have not read a judgment. But if an election is being set aside, then the electoral officer's role is coming under scanner, then who's the beneficiary? Congress.
No, no, but that doesn't mean it is just
I
because
have a
Then
counter
you are the
question.
people manipulating it.
I have a
Please
counter
answer
question
that.
for you.
And the third
Rahul,
aspect. And the third
Rahul,
aspect.
you tell me this,
And
when we go to
Okay,
court-
gentlemen, let's not speak over each other. Yes.
And the third and the final aspect is don't become habitual complainants without going to court and finding proof. Don't try to
Why
undermine.
don't you respond the Election Commission? Let the courts arrange the elections
Okay.
in the country.
Viewers.
आप बंद कर दो Election Commission.
Go file a
Viewers, hang on. Silence, everybody. Yes, Mr. Gupta. Yes, and Mr. Mishra. Yeah.
Look, they'll never sign the affidavit. I'm
Okay.
telling you this on your show, Rahul. They'll
Okay.
never sign the affidavit. If you look at Rahul Gandhi's tweet, he's making an appeal to the Gen Z. Is
Yeah.
he inspired by the anarchy in Nepal? Is he inspired by the protests in Nepal?
I don't know.
Look, Rahul, one thing
It's
the
a good
Congress
point.
will have to understand, the state capacity in India is formidable.
Okay.
If Rahul Gandhi was a serious politician, he would have learned from his grandmother who used the state capacity on multiple occasions.
Okay. Well,
Right?
viewers, the fact is Rahul Gandhi is not approaching the court. Mr. Mishra, why? 30 seconds, please. I need to move on.
What will happen if you go to court? Court will ask to do an inquiry. Why one of these, again, compromised institutions only will do the inquiry
Okay,
and
fair
give the data?
Nonsense.
Because the
Viewers-
whole
Nonsense.
autonomous body is playing like
Okay.
wagging their tails in front of government.
Okay.
How do you
So,
expect?
viewers, the entire
So we are
system
the
is
biggest
corrupt.
court
The
in
entire
democracy
system
which
is
is
corrupt, yet the Congress party wins 50 more seats than it did last time, and Modi loses his majority. Yet in that same state, in the same seat, the Congress wins, viewers, and in another seat where it wins by some irregularity. Who is fixing what? I can't understand. Anyhow, let's move on because this is a very, very important issue that viewers we need to discuss tonight. Very, very important. Go and ask the deity itself to do something now. So go and pray to Lord Vishnu. That's what India's Chief Justice B.R. Gavai told a Hindu petitioner who went to court seeking restoration of a mutilated idol of Lord Vishnu in Khajuraho. Chief Justice of India said, go and ask the deity itself to do something now. You say you are a staunch devotee of Lord Vishnu, so go and pray now. It's an archaeological site and ASI needs to give permission, etc. Sorry, unquote. Instead of justice, viewers, this Hindu petitioner was mocked. If the Supreme Court tells devotees to go to God for redress, then why do we even have courts, viewers? Why do we need courts? Let's all sit in our own homes in front of our puja rooms and appeal to the Almighty and His beneficence. Forget about going to the Supreme Court. Rahul Gandhi should do the same. Viewers, the Chief Justice of India's words prompted a backlash from various Hindu groups. The VHP, one of them, said, Indian society has faith and trust in the courts. It is our duty to ensure that this trust not only remains intact but also strengthens it. We also have a duty to exercise restraint in our speech, especially within the courtroom. This responsibility lies with litigants, lawyers and judges alike. We feel that the Chief Justice's oral remarks mock the beliefs of Hinduism. It would be better to refrain from making such comments, unquote. Now, when made aware of the massive backlash on social media, the Chief Justice of India says that he's 100% secular and treats all religions equally. This isn't just one offhand comment. It reflects a deeper pattern. For decades, secularism in India has meant ignoring Hindu grievances almost as if upholding Hindu rights equals revivalism. Remember Nehru 1951's letter to President Rajendra Prasad, viewers? He scolded him for supporting the reconstruction of Somnath Temple, calling it revivalist, Hindu revivalist. Yet the same Congress governments had no problem spending money, public money, your money, my money, to maintain Aurangzeb's tomb, a tyrant who epitomized Hindu phobia. So restoring Hindu temples is communal. Or restoring Hindu statuettes is against secularism. But restoring the legacy of a bigot, a Muslim, is pluralism, tolerance, inclusivity. Even the Ayodhya judgment, while resolving a centuries-old dispute, went out of its way to uphold the Place of Worship Act, a law that literally denies Hindus the right to seek legal redress for historical wrongs. This is the story of post-independence India, a project to take the Hindu out of the Indian. Look at our neighborhood, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Maldives, Muslim-majority states that have erased diversity. There is no diversity in these countries. And then look at Hindu-majority India, still the beacon of tolerance. Why? Because Sanatana Dharma is inherently universal, civilization, inclusive. That's the real wellspring of India's secular spirit. And it's time the state stopped being ashamed of it, viewers. I want to open this up. Tushar Gupta is there, Vishnu Shankar Jain there with us also, Tausif Ahmed Khan. And let's ask some basic questions tonight. Questions that need to be posed. And these are questions, viewers, that it's not just me who's asking. The country is asking. But first I want to begin with the lawyer Vishnu Shankar Jain, who fights for Hindu rights. Vishnu Shankar Jain, are you surprised by what the Chief Justice of India, Mr. Gavai, has said? Do you find it out of character? Or do you think that this is part of a larger now ongoing sort of tradition?
See, Rahul, this is one of the incidents. And in past 5 years, if you would have seen the court proceedings and seen it very intensively, these are not just isolated events. Let me give you certain examples. When an issue of Shiv Temple was involved, the Delhi High Court remarked and said that Lord Shiv does not need our protection. And ultimately, that temple was erased. The judgment was upheld by the Supreme Court. So far as the issue of discrimination is concerned, when the issue of Waqf came, you remember, Rahul, directly the matter was entertained in the Supreme Court. But when it came to Hindu religious endowments, let me tell you, so far as Supreme Court is concerned, the challenge was to 4 state Hindu endowments, and that matter notice was issued in 2013 by the Supreme Court, and as recently as 2025, the Supreme Court asked the Hindu petitioners to go back to the High Court for their grievances. So the question is, why 2 yardsticks? And Rahul, if you will recollect, there was Somnath Yatra which was happening. The Somnath Yatra was, the Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra was stopped. First time saying that Lord Jagannath will forgive us. And later, because of this outrage, the judgment of the Supreme Court was reversed by the Supreme Court itself. If you remember, Rahul, so far as other issues are concerned, in Baba Ramdev case also, a very derogatory remark was made that we will rip you apart. So these are not just isolated incidents. There are many instances and there are areas where we need to address our issues before the court. And the most basic thing is that in this entire incident, a very important research is being missed. Now, let me quote you. The ASI Act 1958, as per section 16 subclause 1 of the ASI Act 1958, the ASI is under an obligation to maintain the religious character of a place if it is within the control of the ASI, and the mandate of the law is that ASI will not do anything inconsistent with its character. So now today what ASI is doing, there are many monuments in this country which are under the control of ASI, where Hindu temples are existing, but ASI is not allowing them to worship. For example, the Ajanta Ellora cave, there is a Kailasha Shivling in Ajanta Ellora cave. No worship is allowed. There is this temple issue which is now highlighted. There is Bija Mandal where no worship is allowed. So the point is, when ASI is acting completely against the theme of the act, where is the grievance? Where is the remedy? The principle of law is you be just, ibi remedium. Where there is a wrong, there is a remedy. So if the remedy is to the deity, to the Almighty, so where will I go so far as Kashi issue is concerned? Where will I go so far as Mathura Shri Krishna Janmabhoomi issue is concerned? Where will I go so far as lawsuits are concerned? Because these are ultimately legal issues which have to be tried by the courts. And the courts, if they are taking different standards for different sections of the society, then definitely questions will...
Vishnu Shankar Jain, why? Why would they be doing that?
The fault line is secularism, Rahul. The moment me or any other, my friend Sai Deepak or whoever argues in the court, we are painted with the same brush that we are fringe elements. But the point is, it is not about fringe elements. The point is that the basic fault line of Supreme Court is when in S.R. Bomai's judgment, the Honorable Supreme Court has held that secularism is the basic structure of the Constitution. And Rahul, what is secularism?
Okay.
Has not been defined by the Supreme Court. So the basic fault line, when you are rejecting the argument, you can reject the argument, but you are not just rejecting the argument, you are rejecting the issue, you are rejecting the emotions, you are rejecting the principles of Article 25.
Okay, so let me bring in Tausif Ahmed Khan. He's a lawyer also. Mr. Khan, where do you stand on this issue? I can't hear you. I think you muted yourself. Yes, sir.
Rahul, so surprising that you are asking a question. Where does one stand when the Chief Justice of India rightly says that he respects all religion? The Chief Justice of India says, I visit all the religious places worship and I do not do any discrimination, unlike others. Others, which we saw a small trailer of who these people are. If you do not want the Supreme Court of India to follow, to work within the confinement of the constitutional framework, then just stop it, close it. No, shut it down.
No, so Mr. Khan, are you suggesting, correct me if I'm
the
wrong,
Prime Minister says,
what are you trying to
shut
say?
down the Supreme Court?
No, one second.
Matters of dispute will go to some
No, so
kind
are
of
you saying that
some kind of,
Hindus-
makeshift kangaroo court where all the matters will be decided on the basis of Astha.
So tell me where
Someone's
in this...
Astha,
One second,
you will
sir.
look at, Chief Justice of India
Can I
says
say something?
that, please, do not say now. Give me 1 minute uninterrupted. You gave 5 minutes to your fellow panelists. Now the question is, Chief Justice of India says, I am deciding a matter on the basis of merit. I decide that this is within the outside the purview of the court to entertain, and therefore I reject it. And you start saying Hindu khatre mein hai. The politics has to draw a boundary line. You want to do politics? Go and bring some other real issues, not on these kind of issues.
Okay.
Bring up some real issues. You want to become a politician, you want to stand in election, you want to come on the news channel, make some good news, some real news.
So which can I just ask you a counter question before I bring in Mr. Gupta?
We are all bored and tired. Hindu khatre mein.
Okay, so let me just
you
ask
have a secular Chief Justice of India. You start saying, Hindu khatre mein.
Okay.
We are really sick and tired of all this.
Okay.
Or you shut down the Supreme Court, na?
Okay. At least you are not saying Muslim khatre mein today. That's good. One thing, Mr. Khan.
No Muslim will never be in khatra.
Okay, that's good. Next time we have a debate. Next time we have a debate. Okay, next time we have a debate. Next time we have a debate on this issue and you play the victim card, I'll remind you of these words. But one second, Mr. Khan, just answer a question. Okay, sir, just answer a question very calmly. You said matters decided on merit. But Mr. Gavai says, the Chief Justice says, go and pray to your Lord. Now, where is the merit in that? Where is the legal merit in that, sir?
Where is that written in the order? Show me the order. I challenge you.
It's an oral observation.
No. Show the order. You talk about the order. You show the order.
I'm saying.
What oral observation?
Bhaiya, I started by saying it's an oral observation.
Show me in writing. Where is it written in the
I
writing?
had said that it is an oral observation to begin with.
No. Talk about the order. We are talking about the order.
No, I'm sorry. The dismissiveness comes from what the individual has said. And today he is saying, no, I've heard what I've said. A lot of people on social media made a noise about it, but I want to tell people, I want to clarify that I am 100% secular. He's not said that I didn't say it. So he said it, viewers. And a judge, when he makes a comment, just like some people in this country used the words of a judge when he made a loose remark against Prime Minister Modi, jumped on it and made it a huge national issue. Today are saying, show us the order. So there is this selectivity, viewers. That's what I'm trying to get at. The question is why? Tushar Gupta.
People who come from a state where sometimes voters are targeted for their voter preferences, as seen in 2021, it's quite luxurious to say we are bored and we are sick and tired of Hindu khatre mein hai. He is no authority to say what is a real issue, what is not a real issue. Temples are a real issue. People's faith is a real issue. Where they want to worship is a real issue. If they are not being allowed to worship is a real issue, and that is what the courts are for. If a court has the issue of a Hindu who's unable to pray in, say, Kashi Vishwanath or, Mathura or even Ajanta Ellora caves, as one of the examples given by Vishnu here, it is a real issue. Let's be very clear about that. I don't know in which decade, in which year did the definition of secularism became that Hindus have to be a punching bag while every other religion will get the respect it deserves from the institutions of India. And this is where my problem is with the Supreme Court. Also on a different case, when the court was hearing, some observations were made against one party spokesperson that you are putting the entire country in danger. You are lighting the fire that will, sort of engulf the entire country. This inconsistency from one of the strongest pillars of our country, that is worrying. You cannot say that Hindu issues are not real issues. Hindus are real people. Maybe some definition of secularism teaches you that, Hindus are not real people, but Hindus are real people. Their faith means something. And it needs to be heard in the courts.
And let me tell you, viewers, we come from a country where when Justice Yadav, the Allahabad High Court Justice, made some comments, off-color remarks, Hindus stood with Muslim brothers to challenge the justice and move an impeachment motion against him. Today, when the Chief Justice of India makes remarks which have been widely reported, attributed to him, which are dismissive of Hindu sensitivities. Nobody from the other community, no Muslim is standing with Hindus to say, let's move a petition to get these remarks either withdrawn or expunged. No, there's nobody. Which tells you a lot. Which tells you, yes, very quickly, Mr. Vishnu Shankar Jain, 30 seconds, and I want to move on.
See, Rahul, the point is that with the greatest of respect in this entire issue, I think this entire temple, which was demolished in the past, we have all the rights under the law for its restoration. And the real basic issue is that why these temples, which are under the control of ASI, why we are not allowed to worship there? Why ASI is acting illegally, and why ASI is demarcating as living and non-living temples?
These are questions that can be
And
asked
where will
now,
be the
viewers.
remedy?
Maybe, Mr. Vishnu Shankar Jain, you have to do what you do very well, which is move a public interest litigation. I think that needs to be done. Count me in. I'll be there with you. Let's do it. Let's do it together.
Sure.
Let's ask that question. I have no problems with that. But viewers, I just want to, stay with the theme and go to a connected story. It's very important because tomorrow this matter is coming up in the Supreme Court. It's going to be very closely watched. The Supreme Court will hear tomorrow a plea challenging the Karnataka High Court order that upheld the Congress Karnataka government's decision to invite a Muslim Booker Prize winning author to inaugurate the iconic Dasara festivities in Mysuru. The petitioner has questioned the judgment on the grounds that it totally strips the Hindu identity of what's essentially a religious occasion. H.S. Gaurav, the petitioner, says, and I quote, "This is a plea against the Karnataka government's decision to allow a non-Hindi to perform Agra Puja at the Chamundeshwari temple for the inauguration of Dasara in Mysuru. The inauguration would involve lighting of lamp before the sanctum sanctorum of goddess Chamundeshwari. The High Court erred by not appreciating that this cannot be performed by a non-Hindu," unquote. The High Court had ruled, saying, quote, "Participation of a person practicing a particular faith or religion in celebrations of festivities of another religion does not offend the rights available under the Constitution of India," unquote. The Congress government in Karnataka had justified its decision to invite a Muslim on the grounds that Dasara was devoid of religious connotations. Siddaramaiah, the Chief Minister, has come out and said Dasara is a non-religious festival. Everyone celebrates the Dasara Nada festival. Therefore, it is appropriate for it to be inaugurated by writer and activist Banu Mushtaq. I was given authority in a high-level committee regarding the selection of the Mysuru Dasara inaugurator, unquote. The Supreme Court will have to settle the debate tomorrow. It will have to consider some questions. Should a court be allowed to determine the religious character of Hindu festivals? That's the question I want to put. And let's go out there. Mr. Khan, let me begin with you first. Should a court be allowed to determine the religious character of Hindu festivals? You have had a problem with courts trying to determine the religious character of monuments, especially of masjids, especially, let me be very clear, the Gyan Mapi Mosque.
No. Courts have been deciding all the cases that comes before it. I come from Bengal. No, yes.
1991, you invoked the Place of Worship Act saying that there is no right to, there is no right to determine the religious character of any.
It is the Supreme Court and it is the ex-Chief Justice of India, Chandrachud, who openly admitted that he was guided by divinity, divine intervention to pass that Babri Masjid judgment. I'm not finished.
Where is the order?
The point here.
Where is the order? Show it to me in writing. You just made that comment. Show it to me in writing. Yes. Where is the order?
Now, since you don't
Where is the order?
Since you don't know, the judges were so scared that they did not even write their name in the order.
Immediate contradiction pointed out by Vishnu Jain in about 6 minutes. Previous debate he was showing, previous debate the same Mr. Khan was saying, show us the written order, you can't go by oral arguments. Now he's invoking an oral argument, viewers, to justify his point. But the fact is it a fact, yes or no, that the Places of Worship Act, I'm asking you a legitimate legal question.
Fight with me, Rahul,
Mr. Khan,
don't
can I ask you a question?
You have asked you a question, now please patiently.
No, I just want to ask you a question which you are not answering. Should a court be determining the religious character of Hindu festivals or religious places, yes or no?
No, just be patient, okay?
Yeah.
No, I come from Bengal. And what is the culture of Bengal? Dharmo jar Utsav Shabab. This is the culture. This is the cultural capital of India, Calcutta. This is the state which has given Rabindranath Tagore, Amartya Sen, and so many Nobel laureate. What is the culture? Dharmo jar jar utsav shabar. Yani, what does it mean? It means
Then
festival
criticize direct
is
action
for
day.
all. You may be
Direct
a
action
Hindu
day.
or a Muslim, but you may come and celebrate the festival. In Christmas, all people of all religion come and celebrate the occasion. In Eid, people of all religion come and celebrate it. Now, if there are people, I don't have any. I
So
don't live in a
in
denial.
Eid, sir,
There
should
are
a
section
non
of
no no hang
people
on.
who do
In
not-
Eid,
who do
should a
not live in a
non-Muslim no
inclusive
hang on.
society.
Should in Eid
There
should
are
a
people who
non-Muslim
are
no
not
hang on. Let me ask
inclusive.
you a question. Are
There
you
are
okay
people
with a
who are
non-Muslim
fundamental.
leading the prayers in Eid? Are you happy with that?
No.
No.
That's called religious ritual.
Oh,
Have
so
you
this is
ever
not a religious
Did
ritual.
you ever not join your
Exactly.
classmate in Eid?
Let me bring
Did you
in
ever
Vishnu
not
Shankar
have-
Jain on this
were you
point.
never
They
got
say,
invited for
viewers,
iftar?
one second, this is a very important point.
have pity.
Okay,
No,
Mr. Khan, fine, I
have
understand.
pity
You are saying this is
that
not
you
a religious
neither
occasion.
had the sevaiya, Eid
Okay,
sevaiya,
ठीक है,
neither
Khan
were
Sahab,
invited
you are
in
saying that this is
in an
not
iftari.
a religious
You lived
occasion
in a
that
very wrong place.
you are
You
saying.
did not live in an inclusive
Okay,
society.
fair enough, fair enough,
So
sir.
pity of you. You
Yes,
did not
yes.
live in an
Yes,
inclusive
yes, I know,
society.
sir. I was living in Srinagar. I know exactly what an inclusive society it is. Thank you very much for telling me, giving me gyan. Okay, now one second. Vishnu Shankar Jain, let me ask you a simple and straightforward question tonight. He says that, you see, Dasara is not religious. This puja also is not religious. The God is also
I
not
think-
religious. Everyone's God.
See, Rahul, first let me answer this entire question from the perspective of Constitution. As per Article 26B, subclause B, it is very, very important that you must understand that this is the essential religious practice. And this essential religious practice was laid down by a 5-judge bench, which is the Constitution bench judgment of the Supreme Court in Shirur Mat case. So if something is essential religious practice, a non-believer who is alien to the faith cannot inaugurate those proceedings. Yeah, definitely everyone can celebrate Diwali. Everyone is invited to celebrate Dashera. But so far as inauguration of the ceremony is concerned, inauguration of the ceremony will only be by a person who is a believer of the faith. And the same controversy, Rahul, if you recollect, happened 5 years back when there was Bhumi Pujan of Ram Mandir. And a suggestion was made that it should be, the Bhumi Pujan should be made by a hand of a Muslim person. And it was completely refused. Now, let me ask my dear friend, Mr. Tausif Ahmed, that tomorrow if I give a suggestion that I want to make biryani, which is not halal, for a Eid, will you accept? If I give a suggestion to Mr. Tausif Ahmed that if we want to make savaiya of Eid, which is not a halal, will you accept? Because you will abide by your religious text, which is that you have to consume halal food. So in the same level, if there is a Dashera ceremony which is being celebrated in Karnataka, it is our right that Dashera ceremony must be inaugurated by a person who is a believer of the faith.
This is the same Tausif Ahmed Khan, correct me if I'm wrong, Vishnu Shankar Jain, who was saying in the Waqf bill, there is a provision for non-Hindus to be included
exactly
in the management committees. Yes or no?
Yes.
And they had a problem with that.
Yes. So same analogy we are also drawing, that if in a Waqf board there can't be non-Muslims, so far as Hindu rituals are concerned, Hindu festivals are concerned, these are essential
I can't hear you,
religious
Mr.
practice.
Khan. You put your mute on, I think, again.
You cannot compare apple with oranges.
Oh, I see.
Inviting someone as a guest and allowing someone to take over the management is completely different things.
Can I ask you a question, sir? You say you come from a culture where you celebrate. Okay, you say that.
So I just want to ask one question.
Obviously, it's different from allowing someone, inviting someone as a chief guest.
The Ashok Stamp, which was vandalized in Kashmir, are you with that act or are you against that act? The Ashok Stamp which was vandalized in Kashmir, are you with that act or are you against that act?
You are a super litigator. I'm sure you have filed
I'll just say one thing, viewers. Can I ask you, Mr. Khan, you come from Bengal, you say where there is an inclusive culture, right? That's what you were saying. Can you say the word Jai Shri Ram?
What does that mean? Are you going
I
to
think
give
that
me
debate
some
is
kind of
settled,
test?
viewers. I'll
Some
leave
kind
it
of
at this.
certificate?
I'll leave it at this, viewers.
Am I going
Now you understand. This is the inclusive culture. This is the inclusive culture that Mr. Khan was talking about. It's easy to sit in judgment and dismiss another faith and other people's sensitivities. But when it comes to your own, you want to stick by your dogma. I proved it in one line. Just asked him, say Jai Shri Ram, could not. And he comes from a state where they say that all religions must be celebrated equally by everybody, vociferously, inclusive. Because this is a problem. This is a big problem. They're stripping Dasara of its Hinduness, and it is being done for appeasement. That is the charge that is being made by the petitioners. Tomorrow the Supreme Court will be called in to look at this issue. Let's see what they say. Time is running out. The festivities are going to begin in the next 72 hours, viewers, or less. I'll leave it at this. Thank you for watching. Vantage Up with Palki Sharma next.
Presented by This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
Rahul Gandhi has launched a sharp attack on Chief Election Commissioner Gyanesh Kumar once again, accusing him of siding with forces undermining Indian democracy and shielding those involved in vote theft. The leader of opposition cited Aland constituency in Karnataka, where he alleged that a targeted attempt was made to delete 6,018 votes. The Election Commission has called these allegations unfair, especially as CEC Kumar took over just 6 months ago, not when these elections took place. EC further says it had flagged discrepancies in that constituency won by the Congress and filed an FIR. On the accusations of vote rigging, BJP leader Manjinder Singh Sirsa has come out dismissing them, accusing Congress of not accepting defeat.
What does the operation look like? In Aland, 6,018 applications were filed, impersonating voters. The people who filed these applications actually never filed them. And we will show you evidence of that on this stage. The filing was done automatically using software. We will show you that. Mobile numbers from outside Karnataka, from different states, and you can see on the map, from different states were used.
Delete numbers in Aland, and it was done targeting Congress voters. So this was not random. We will show you again that these deletions were specifically targeting booths where the Congress party was winning. Here is example number one, lady called Gavai. Someone created fake logins, deleted 12 voters, attempted to delete because then this was stopped. Gavai, of course, has no idea.
Election time na arji hakilla nanaga adaka samanna illa adu yaru hatti kichi yaru yana hakara nannu gotta illa.
So the question is, whose numbers are these? How were they operated? Where were they operated from? Who generated the OTPs to disturb the process? Now these are questions that arise out of this.
न कानून समझते हैं, न सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश को समझते हैं, खाली संविधान किए रहते हैं। 14 से बोल रहे हैं कि सब मोदी जी की जीत फर्जी है। क्या मतलब है इसका? कुछ समझते हैं आप? राहुल गांधी इस देश की जनता का अपमान कर रहे हैं। राहुल गांधी इस देश के वोटर्स का अपमान कर रहे हैं, जिन्होंने नरेंद्र मोदी को इतना वोट दिया, जिताया। तो अब नहीं समझते हैं, जो जनता फिर जवाब देगी। कोई बम ला दे, जैसे एक फुस हो गया ना, पटाखा निकला कर्नाटक वाला, ये भी फुस हो जाएगा।
Let's go across to my colleagues Pallavi Ghosh and Shireen Elizabeth, who've been tracking the latest on this. This is a long-running war, Pallavi, between the Congress, or particularly LOP Rahul Gandhi, and the CEC. It almost seems like he's targeting the current CE personally. Now, in the case of this Aland constituency, or the elections that he's talking about in Karnataka, Gyanesh Kumar was not even at the helm of affairs in the EC. So why target him particularly?
But in a detailed statement, which of course has been put out by the Election Commission, it makes it very clear that these are unsubstantiated allegations which are coming in from Rahul Gandhi against the Election Commission. Look, Rahul Gandhi has decided that for 2029 Lok Sabha elections and even hence on, this is going to be his political narrative to show that how the only way the BJP is repeatedly winning elections is because of vote chori. They are not one, there are three central or Lok Sabha elections which the Congress party has lost, and at most of them Rahul Gandhi has been at the helm of affairs. Today the Congress party has also lost in most of the important state elections like Maharashtra and Haryana. So much so that people have started questioning the ability of Rahul Gandhi to lead his party to victory, and not just his Congress leaders, some of them who are not so vocal, but many within the India bloc as well. This is Rahul Gandhi's response to them that, you know, it's not a fault with us. There is substantial evidence to show that it is vote chori which is helping the BJP win elections, and that's the reason why the Prime Minister became the PM for 3 times over. What is little different from the earlier PPT presentation by Rahul Gandhi on the same topic and today is that today was completely centered around Gyanesh Kumar. He began and ended by making the point and those allegations that have 100% bulletproof proof, that's to his words he used, Shivani, to show that there are reasons why we believe.
Hello, Namaskar. This is First Post and you're watching Vantage with me, Palki Sharma. India's enemy and partner have joined hands. Pakistan has agreed to a mutual defense deal with Saudi Arabia. An attack on one of them will be an attack on both. Is this deal targeted at India? And how is New Delhi reacting to it? We'll bring you the full report. Also on the show, the US Central Bank has slashed lending rates amid the tariff lull. It's good news for President Trump, who is on a state visit to the UK. We'll decode his talks with Prime Minister Keir Starmer. In the world of tech, Meta has come out with a new product. A pair of Ray-Ban glasses boosted by AI. Closer home, Prime Minister Modi reaches